Great, Siddharth. First of all, 695 on your GMAT, a 98th percentile, Quant 89, Verbal 82, and Data Insight 82. So you tell me, was Quant always the easier section than Verbal?
Yes, well, being from an Indian background, yes, it was pretty easy. But as Lisa said, that we had to keep on practicing. Like I had a working experience of 3 years, so we were not in touch with Quant as such. So that's why it required a bit of revision about the formulas and all. So just followed Sandeep sir's guidance for Quant as
Without
well.
without sounding, I have to be direct here because then you are an IIT Delhi graduate, and then I would say Quanto, should have got like a 90th percentile. So, what do you really think about the GMAT Quant, and what kind of let's say a disadvantage it would play if you get even a question wrong? Like we saw a drastic difference. I saw a drastic difference when I was having conversation with other students. But what do you have to say when you don't get that score? When you get even one mistake compared to the
Yeah.
other section.
Yeah, so in Quant, as for the mocks I gave and all the practice tests, the sectional tests I gave, I generally completed Quant like 15 minutes before time. Like within 30 minutes, I used to complete the Quant, and rest 5 to 10 minutes, I used to just skim through all the questions once again. And the same thing happened in the official test as well. And I was pretty sure that I can't get even a single question wrong. But I got one question wrong, and I don't know which question was it. So I don't know, so till
Really?
now,
Yeah,
I'm just confused.
yeah, I know because then I think if you can open your score report, I think you can see that question. But it really pushes one question wrong, 3
Hmm.
percentile gone. Had this been a case of verbal, you'd still be, looking at 100 percentile. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Right. But of course, it's very difficult to say because one question wrong can get you 97 or can get you like a 70th percentile also.
So
It is
yes, yes, yes.
it's just
Too
you
random.
cannot predict. And I was just
Yeah.
calling it how wacky can the entire scoring be?
Yeah.
It's very difficult to predict the scoring at
Yeah.
all.
Yes.
So okay, so I'll just stop sharing this screen, and you have an interesting profile. Why don't you start with talking about your background, about where you're
Mhm.
working, and how did the entire GMAT journey start for you?
So I graduated. So I will start like I'm from Patiala, Punjab, and I did my graduation from IIT Delhi, and I graduated in 2021 as a bachelor's in chemical engineering. And post that, I worked in a core field for 6 months. And then I thought that this is not for me, so I switched to more kind of analytics profile, and that's when I joined Zomato as a business analyst. And for the past 2.5 years, I've been associated with Zomato only.
Mm.
Uh, Earlier, I also thought that I had a good GP as well in my college, so why not try research? So I went for a foreign internship as well to Singapore. But then I thought that research is not my forte, so I then thought that job is something I would like to pursue forward. And in between, I wanted to juggle between finance also, but stars didn't align itself. So I also planned to give CFA as well, but uh, because of the work schedule and all, I even filled the form, but I wasn't able to sit for the exam because I
Right,
wasn't able to take a leave to give the exam.
right.
I still regret that day I wasn't able to sit for the exam, but it's fine. Then I was thinking like I want to build my confidence as well and wanted to pursue MBA. I even tried for India as well. I had multiple calls as well this year. So, but my parents were aligned that I should be trying for foreign. So that's why I wanted to give a shot for MBA. And that's when I discussed with my friends. Like this year, I took a decision in January or February, like 2024, post my birthday, like most of have this to start something new.
It's your resolution
So
come birthday resolution, you'd
yeah,
say,
yes,
right?
yeah.
Yes.
So my friends were there and they told me like, you should follow GMAT Ninja and all. And I was so confused, like, what should I follow? Then one day on LinkedIn, I came across top 1% and about the scores and all about the past history. And then I connected with Richa, I guess. Richa, I got connected with
Right.
Richa, and we both got on a call, and she told me like, this is how it would be and all. So then I got enrolled into that online course in March, I guess. I guess 1 month prior to it, we have a bridge session over there, and then we have the regular classes, the weekend batch. So it was really nice. Like after 3 years, we were following anything like a schedule kind of a thing. It was really, really nice. Like we had everything aligned for us, like a pre-work, the lecture, the post-work. We just needed to follow that. and the course was so detailed, and for each and every solution was provided for each and every option. The major difficulty was verbal only for me, like the RCs, I would say. So I kept on practicing RCs. Like I had a hectic work schedule as well. So I preferred, like, whenever I got time, I just wanted to practice RCs as much as possible, be it 700 to 800 questions. And I kept a target like to solve 10 or 12 RCs whenever I got time, because it's just मैटर कि आपको बस एक बार बैठने, अगर एक बार बैठ गए तो फिर बस करते रहोगे. सो मुझे याद है एक दिन तो मैंने कितने 60 या 70 आरसी सॉल्व किए थे. आई डोंट नो, मतलब उस
Right.
दिन मूड में था जो भी, सो इट वाज लाइक
60,
दैट.
70 passages in a day. Like
हाँ,
how
सो मतलब
think?
so एक बार बता तो संदीप सर ने कहा था, like if you solve 250 passages, मतलब you will be ace in RC. सो मुझे लगा कि वहां तक पहुंचने में बहुत टाइम लगेगा, तो अभी तो बहुत कम ही हुआ है, 30-40 हुआ अभी तो मैंने कहा जल्दी पहुंच जाते हैं. सो फिर अच्छा लगा जो भी है 60-70 पैसेज सॉल्व करके, उससे थोड़ा कॉन्फिडेंस आया. नहीं उस बार मतलब मेरे साथ संदीप सर ने कहा था यू हैव टू बी कंसिस्टेंट. सो आई
Right.
वाजंट एबल टू मेंटेन द कंसिस्टेंसी बिकॉज कभी प्रोजेक्ट्स इतने वो आ जाते थे, सो आई वाजंट एबल टू बैलेंस ऑफ टाइम. कभी गैप आ जाता था जो कि अच्छी बात नहीं थी. सो फिर तो मैं ट्राई करता था जब भी मुझे टाइम मिले तो आई कैन जस्ट मेक फुल यूज ऑफ इट. सो दैट्स व्हाई आई प्रेफर टू डू
Wow.
एवरीथिंग.
So one of the things that you said, and I'll go to the very first thing that you said, is that support that you've had from your parents aligning to, doing this. From your friends, that is bigger perks of one of the other perks of having an IIT friends and being in the IIT Delhi is you have such an encouraging friends who would really
Yeah.
push you. Even if you would have thought in a very distant thinking, your friends are there to really push you and make that a
Yeah.
reality. Because this is, it's not everyone is not so fortunate that, someone will push you to that plan.
Push
But
you. Yes.
yeah, and that's why Sandeep sir is there pushing you, motivating you every single day. But having
Yeah.
this support is extremely a good, I mean, you've put it in a very great light that this kind of support can help you focus even more so that, in times like when you cannot give time, काम आ जाता है बीच में, you still are very focused because then you have this circle. When you go back to relax, you will still have your parents come and say, hey, are you doing
Yeah.
it? Right. So,
Yeah.
so how exactly, again, we'll come back to your GMAT preparation in a bit. But how did you balance both? Because then working in Zomato, and we all would know how heavy it can be, and it
Yeah.
is serving,
Sometimes it can be.
and it is the particular app is serving, quite literally 60% of the population, to say the least, especially the urban
Yeah.
segment of it,
Yeah.
right? And anything good, bad, acquiring this, that can really be daunting, especially at people at any level, right? So how have you been managing when there were days that you had to take off, and how were you coming back again to preparing your GMAT preparation?
So generally, what happened was like I basically it was a 5 days a week, right? Working
Right.
was 5 days a week. Like our job used to start at 9 a.m. and used to get generally over at 8 p.m. Right? But due to a hectic day life, like you don't like to prepare after you come back from work, right? Because you are mentally exhausted. So I generally used to prefer studying in the morning itself, like waking up at 5 or 6 in the morning and just revising the lectures or practicing the RC guide and something like that. So, and whenever I got the time over the weekend, I just made full use of it. So that was it.
Yeah.
Uh, and
So,
and sometimes it was like some कभी कभी प्रोजेक्ट्स ऐसे आ जाते थे कि हफ्ता हफ्ता 2-2 हफ्ते मैं पढ़ ही नहीं पाता था.
तो
उस टाइम
आप
पे आई
what would you
तो
do then? Because that is the bigger concern of a lot of people कि 2 हफ्ते, एक महीने बीत गए and you're not
हाँ,
really
तो
there.
मुझे लगता था एक टाइम पे तो कि नहीं हो पाएगा. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कहते थे कि कंसिस्टेंसी इज द की. अब कंसिस्टेंसी तो नहीं है, देखिए हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते छूट गए हैं, सो क्या करूंगा मैं. अब तो नहीं हो पा रहा है कि एक लिंक टूट जाता है. जैसे कहा 60-70 पैसेजेस कर दिए एक दिन में, लेकिन जो वो उसकी लर्निंग थी ये नहीं रहती है फ्रेश माइंड में. क्या करूँ क्या अब मैं. सो मतलब कभी कभी बीच में डीमोटिवेट हो जाता था, क्या करूँ, छोड़ दूं क्या, मतलब नहीं दूं क्या, मतलब थॉट्स आते हैं, मतलब इस
Right,
जेन्युइन
right.
नेचुरल आते हैं. सो अब नहीं बनाओ इसलिए तो क्या कर सकता हूँ. जॉब तो ऐसे नहीं कर सकता हूँ, छोड़ तो नहीं सकता हूँ कुछ भी ऐसे
Correct.
तो. सो थॉट की नहीं, ट्राई करते एक बार, कोई बात नहीं. फिर जब भी ऐसा होता था कि लॉन्ग वीकेंड्स आते थे, कभी भी लॉन्ग वीकेंड्स, उसमें ट्राई करता था कि बाहर ना जाऊं तो घर पे बैठ के पढ़ लेता हूँ, जैसे मन करता था. राइट. लाइक फ्रेंड्स और ऑल मन करता है, लाइक आप बाहर रहते हो कि इतना ग्रिलिंग सेशन के बाद की फ्रेंड्स ज्यादा वीकेंड पे इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं, पार्टी एंड ऑल. लेकिन वो सब सेक्रीफाइस करना पड़ा कुछ टाइम के लिए. सो
जी.
इन ऑर्डर टू डू समथिंग गुड. So
Right.
that one thing.
बिकॉज ये बहुत होता है और शायद आप
Yeah.
भी अगर किसी ने बोला होगा कि मेरा भी यही हाल है और कोई sacrifice करना है, you have to really identify what are the things that you can let go for the next 2-3 months, because कहीं कुछ हमारे कंट्रोल में होता नहीं है। आसान है
Yeah.
बोलने के लिए कि देखो आप लीव ले लो, ये
Yeah. It's
टाइम
not
कर
easy.
लो, बहुत आसान है पर बहुत मुश्किल भी होता है, because at the end we have to really fend for ourselves. Once you're working, you can't just be unworking, right? So
Yeah.
that has been incredible that you have to really put down to work what you've shared. Now a little bit more on the preparation segment wise, quant, verbal and DI. What are the material and resources that really stood out, and you think that everyone who is probably going through it should go through it and not miss anything? What is that you would say?
Honestly, I only refer to Sandeep sir's book, guidebooks, everything, the practice notes, the 7 to 8 questions, everything of Sandeep sir only. My friends that said that GMAT club है, GMAT form है, GMAT ninja है, मैंने कहा संदीप सर का ठीक है, मैं वैसे इतना टाइम नहीं है कि बाकी सब कुछ रेफर करूँ, कोई मैनेजर बुक्स वगैरह प्रेफर करता है, मैंने कहा ये मेरे इतना टाइम है, मैं यही कर लूँ, मेरे लिए बहुत है, ठीक है। तो मैंने यही करा एंड वो पे आउट किया
Right.
दैट वाज द थिंग। एंड फिर ऐसा था कि जैसे ऑल द लेक्चर्स गॉट ओवर आई गेस इन द जून एंड, आई गेस जून और मई मिड,
हाँ,
राइट, जून मिड और जून एंड आई गेस, ठीक है। फिर बस इंग्लिश में कहा था लाइक टेक 10 to 15 days एंड टेक द फर्स्ट मॉक, like the first box was diagnostic mock and you will know like where you stand, ठीक है। एंड उसके बाद फिर मेरा इतना ड्यू टू सम पर्सनल रीजंस आई हैड टू टेक ऑफ ऑफ अ मंथ, तो मैं वो दे नहीं पाया एंड काफी गैप आ गया था। तो उसके बाद फिर 1 महीने के बाद मैंने कुछ नहीं किया, आई जस्ट रिवाइज फॉर अ डे, कि मतलब सीआर में जो मैं 7 टाइप्स के वो होते हैं क्वेश्चन होते हैं, बोल्ड फेस क्वेश्चन, वीक क्वेश्चन, वीक एंड स्ट्रेंथ एंड क्वेश्चन, स्ट्रॉन्ग क्वेश्चन, बस देखिए उसकी क्या क्या स्ट्रेटेजीज होती हैं, आरसी एक दो रिवाइज कर लिया एंड कॉन्ट का थोड़ा बहुत फॉर्मुलास देख लिया एंड आई जस्ट गिव द मॉक। एंड ऑफिशियल मॉक का जो प्रैक्टिस वाला होता है टॉप का एक मॉक किया एंड आई जस्ट गॉट अ प्रीटी डिसेंट स्कोर ऑफ व्हाट 665 समथिंग लाइक दैट। सो आई
हाँ,
वाज लाइक ठीक है, मतलब 1.5 months के ब्रेक के बाद आई एम एबल टू डू दिस, तो मतलब अच्छा कर सकता हूँ और मैं, ठीक है। फिर मैं ऐसा करता था एवरी ऑल्टरनेट और आफ्टर एवरी 2 days आई यूज्ड टू गिव अ मॉक, जो टॉप के इतने सारे मॉक्स है, बस 8 to 9 मॉक्स आई गेस।
full
सो
length.
आफ्टर एवरी डे और टू आई यूज्ड टू गिव अ मॉक एंड स्कोर इंप्रूव होता है, मतलब काफी फ्लक्चुएट भी होता था लेकिन इंप्रूव होता गया। मतलब उसको मैं एनालाइज करता था कि कहाँ कहाँ पे मैं मिस्टेक करूँ, कभी सीआर में कभी आरसी में, इस टाइप के क्वेश्चंस, एंड आई जस्ट वेंट बैक एंड लुक, आई जस्ट वेंट बैक एंड फिर अपने मैं लेक्चर्स रिवाइज कर लेता था जो भी पॉइंट्स थे, राइट। तो उस बार फिर स्कोर इंप्रूव होता गया एंड आई रिमेंबर लाइक आई हैड माय एग्जाम ऑन 30th of August एंड 30th वाज ट्यूसडे एंड 11th को मैंने अपना लास्ट मॉक दिया, वो जो जीमैट का ऑप्शन होता है, स्कोर 745। आई वाज लाइक ठीक है, अब थोड़ा स्कोर अच्छा हो रहा है, तो मैं ठीक है, अब मैं कुछ नहीं करता हूँ, बस इसमें एक बार जो भी मेरे एरर लॉग्स थे मैं बस उसको रिवाइज किया एंड जस्ट वेंट फॉर द एग्जाम। एंड एग्जाम डे पे इट वाज इन द मॉर्निंग स्लॉट, 8 AM slot, एंड जस्ट वेंट फॉर द एग्जाम एंड फर्स्ट सेक्शन वाज वर्बल। सो मतलब जब आई वाज जस्ट गिविंग माय मार्क्स, तो मुझे डिसाइड करना था कि कौन सा सेक्शन मेरे लिए अच्छा है पहला। तो मुझे लगा कि वर्बल पहले दूंगा तो ठीक है, बाद में दूंगा तो मुझे लग रहा था कि थोड़ा बाकी सेक्शन अच्छा नहीं है, तो वर्बल तो मैं वैसे ही इतना अच्छा स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है, तो आई फर्स्ट यूज टू गिव वर्बल। लेकिन ऐसा हुआ एग्जाम प्रेशर की वजह कुछ भी कह लो, तो मेरा वर्बल इतना अच्छा नहीं हुआ जितना जाना चाहिए था। सो फिर देन आई टुक अ ब्रेक, हैड अ प्रोटीन बार, सोचा कि थोड़ा कूल डाउन कर लेते हैं, अच्छा नहीं हुआ तो कोई बात नहीं, नेक्स्ट अटेम्प्ट दे देंगे, इट्स
हाँ,
फाइन। So फिर I just went out, had a protein bar, went to the washroom, came back and I had my that corn section X. So corn मेरा strong था, तो फिर वही 30 minutes में हो गया, तो I was just pretty okay। तो फिर मैंने सेक्शन क्लोज नहीं किया, थोड़ा 5-10 minutes थोड़ा सांस ले लेते हैं, थोड़ा अच्छा रहेगा, थोड़ा सांस वाला लिया। फिर देन आई मूव टू द डीएलआर सेक्शन। फिर इंटरप्रिटेशन वो भी अच्छा था, लाइक उस थोड़ा घबरा गया फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन में, आई गॉट कंफ्यूज। सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई स्पेंट 5 minutes, आई डोंट नो व्हाई। So उसके बाद then I just moved on and I guess last 3 questions में I was left with 5 minutes. So
wow.
2 questions कर लिए, last question I was left with 15-20 seconds and I marked the answer, but वो submit दबाना शायद रह गया। So I was like वो होता है ना कि अगर क्वेश्चन unmarked रह जाए तो there's a penalty also।
Yeah.
सो आई थॉट कि अब तो खत्म, अब तो स्कोर तो नहीं अच्छा आएगा, तो मेरे फर्स्ट मॉक से भी बेकार है, लाइक बिलो 665 है जो भी कह लो, लेकिन स्कोर है पर 695 है, तो चलो ठीक है, इट्स क्लोज बट मतलब आई वाज सेटिस्फाइड, बट इट्स फाइन, आई वाज सेइंग दैट। सो फिर ठीक है, फिर अगले दिन जब वो आए ऑफिशियल, वो आए, मुझे लगा वो जो लास्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा रह गया था डेटा इंटरप्रिटेशन में कि वो हो
Correct.
गया होगा मार्क,
हाँ.
मतलब मार्क या गलत मार्क हो गया होगा, लेकिन उन्होंने अनआंसर्ड मार्क कर दिया, आई डोंट नो उसकी कितनी पेनल्टी है उसकी, आई डोंट नो, तो वो चीज था, तो ठीक है
Oh,
अब जो भी है।
that is another thing. Some of the things that you probably would now know कि had you known these things, I'm sure you would have taken care of. Timing is
Yeah.
everything. Like if you leave an
Timing
hour,
everything.
yeah,
Especially, I would say integrated reasoning. It's timing is everything. But if you are stuck on a question for more than 2.5 minutes, just leave the
leave
question
the
because
question and go back. Yeah.
because you can skip the easy questions. You can miss the easy questions. The कोई questions you can just solve it in a minute. Like जो DSC questions होते हैं आप 1 मिनट के अंदर आप easily solve कर सकते हो उनको. It's not difficult. So ये
I'll have
चीज
to
था.
just let's say unfold few of the things that you've said. It all seems like okay, कर लिया, but बहुत time लगता है between two mocks analyze करने के लिए. You'll have to when you're doing the mock test, when you're analyzing, you are actually spending time कहाँ पे mistake है, क्या है,
Yeah.
तभी question में आपको पता लगता है कि कौन सा आंसर है. Then going back, self introspection is the best. I mean, that's one of the things
Yeah.
we say that you have three people who will help you. One is you yourself. One is Sandeep sir's videos, right? If you're not able
Yeah.
to, then you have doubt support. You have faculty who
Yeah.
will point out कि भाई आप यहाँ
Yeah.
mistake कर रहे हो. तो
Yes.
ऐसा कभी हुआ कि आपको बहुत doubts आए during your preparation, practice
Yeah. Of course.
especially, or
Of course.
how
मतलब
was the doubts handled by the team?
सो जब भी प्रैक्टिस होता मैं आई हैड डाउट्स तो फिर जो सॉल्यूशंस होते थे लाइक एवरी क्वेश्चन हैड सॉल्यूशंस और एवरी ऑप्शन होता था कि ये रॉन्ग क्यों है ये राइट क्यों है सो मोस्टली वहां से क्लियर हो जाता था अगर वहां से नहीं था तो आई यूज्ड टू समटाइम्स यूज्ड टू आस्क द मेल ऑन ओवर द मेल लाइक वहां पास था तो वहां पे पूछ लेता था तो कई बार तो संदीप सर ही रिप्लाई कर देते
कर
थे
लेते
सो
थे
इट्स
हाँ.
फाइन
The
तो कई बार डर लगता था कि संदीप सर ऐसे इट्स फाइन इट्स राइट
राइट नहीं
तो
पर हाँ सर बहुत रिप्लाई करते हैं पूरे फैकल्टी रिप्लाई कर देते हैं सर का मतलब डायरेक्ट आंसर ये देख लो आप
या
यहाँ से कर लो बट इट द ट्रुथ थोड़ा ऐसा है कि आपको सारा प्लेट में नहीं दिया जाएगा आप अगर
या
स्ट्रगल करते हो देन यू विल नॉट स्ट्रगल इन द एग्जाम थोड़ा इन
या
टर्म्स ऑफ एनालाइजिंग वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है आपने वो भी किया मे बी हैव नॉट सेड इट इन द वे बट देन पीपल इफ दे आर लिसनिंग टू दिस दे हैव टू नो दिस सो मच ऑफ एफर्ट दैट गोज इन वन टू अदर मॉक्स इतना सारा मेहनत है और तब जाके 695 स्कोर आया इट इज you will have to put a lot of effort your own effort and practice that goes into doing this so again massive congratulations अभी मैं बोलूँ and I might just ask you अगर किसी को 2 महीने में 3 महीने में they have to get their score and they have to get it right of course consistency is one of the biggest key that we've all known and that's
यस
one of
यस
the biggest reason but what are the other tips that you would say that one must really do and one must completely avoid
I would say completely avoid is basically don't get demotivated because of your scores, right? Just learn from them, analyze them, and basically keep a analog so that you can just in the retrospect you can see like what went wrong, what went right. As I remember, like when I was used to do the lectures, I used to mark like कि इस paragraph का कौन सा mark था A B C D E and why I marked that and why I rejected others. When I was revising them again, if I made the same mistake, then I knew like why I made the same mistake.
all right
So that was thing. And the things you should follow the entire schedule that Sandeep sir gave, uh, and just thoroughly follow it. I would say that's enough. You don't have to do anything else, and just practice a lot. I would say I gave all the sectional tests, all the topic wise tests, all the long things that I would say the RCs, VAs, and the mocks. The sectional tests I would say were love. I would say it was totally love. I used to love them. The VA, the DA, and as well as the Quant. It was just a 40 minutes duration. I just used to love
this
giving them.
come only from from this I don't want to be biased but it can only come from IT Delhi guys they love
Right.
they love doing these problems they love to be challenged and this is what
The 40 minutes I used to love. 40 minutes is not a long
I
duration. So
know
40 minutes में इतना
you also
engaging
said
होता
कि
था.
70 passages कर लिया एक दिन में मूड आ गया तो ये होता है that's like the DNA there it's just incredible and it's really I would say one of the things that everyone should aspire तो मजा आना चाहिए it should be like I
Yes, मजा आना चाहिए.
tell people कि ये वीडियो गेम की तरह देखो कि मतलब
हाँ
मजा
मैं पहले स्टार्ट में मुझे प्रेशर की वजह से मैं कहा था कि मैं डीमोटिवेट हो जाता था जैसे जॉब से कभी टाइम नहीं मिला तो मैं इसलिए बना भी हूँ नहीं मैं कभी कर भी पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा लेकिन सोचा है मतलब होने में कुछ नहीं है अब कर लिया तो कर लिया दे देते होने में कुछ नहीं है
होने
सीखने को ही मिल रहा है कुछ ना कुछ
वही तो
सो फिर वही था और फिर मजा आने लगा मजा आ रहा है तो क्यों ना करेंगे
this is
बस करती
incredible
रहे
taking GMAT as it's like a playbook this is like the best advice one
and
can
I would say जो the UI of the app the top app is great I would say that all the tests and all मतलब मजा आता था करने में it was so fresh
You
It's
did
really,
mention it
really
was
good.
very seamless for you to transition from mock to
Yeah.
the actual exam. वो एकदम same लगा
It
तो.
was exactly the same, I would say.
Right, perfect. So what are your future pursuit? अभी GMAT हो गया अभी, and now
Hmm.
you've envisioned, मतलब academic में भी सब कुछ aligned है, professional भी aligned है. So what are your goals? What are you excited for? What are you going to pursue next? MBA, would you apply immediately or would you wait for some more time to gain experience? How are you going about?
So I'm planning to apply in round two this year. So round one, I guess time was less. So I will be applying in round two for the M7 or top M15, I would say. Right?
US based.
Yeah, only US I would prefer. And as a backup option, I would be applying for ISB as well. As a backup option, I would say.
Right.
Yeah, and that's
Right,
it.
perfect. I mean, you can with this score definitely, and with you also having a correct amount of profile, like the amount of years of experience. I hope you're already. If you do need help with all three, you can always get in touch with him, or
Sure.
get in touch with our admission team, Ranjika. She'll be happy to kind of just speak to you about your profile and how can you get aligned towards what are the aspects that can build your profile and stuff like that. But
Sure.
I definitely want to congratulate you again on behalf of Sandeep sir, on behalf of Top 1%, and to thank you for trusting this this platform, this institute in this leg of your preparation, because I know you're there's a longer way, a bigger journey to cover, and we are so happy and grateful that you have chosen us as your as your mentor in this
I am more
Sandeep
thankful.
sir,
I'm more thankful and more thankful.
right,
I,
whenever you
I
do
have
have.
more to gain.
Right. But it's just we are very honored as well that you, because then when you get such scores, Sandeep sir's teaching is validated, right? And so and you're sharing this experience so that if people are in the similar phase कि भाई इतना pressure आ गया, कभी कभी लगता भी है कि मेरे लिए बना भी है कि नहीं, and then you're like a source of beam right there, नहीं आपको बस डटे रहना है, you're nothing to lose, and whatever it takes and you get there, right? I think this is something that anyone who's in the middle of the preparation also, अगर ये एक बार सुन ले whatever preparation that they're doing, मतलब डटे रहो अपनी preparation में. So it's a great thing. It's a very good learning. Thank you for sharing this journey with us, with me today, this afternoon. And all the very best. Let's keep
Thank you.
connected. Let me know if you
Sure,
need any
man.
other help, if you need to touch base with anyone in our team.
Sure, man. Sure.
Congratulations again. Bye bye. Take
Thank
care.
you. Thank you. Bye, bye.